This video tutorial, we will be discussing about the family that is Poaceae. So, Poaceae is also called as a wheat family or the Gramineae. Poaceae or Gramineae, as all the wheat, rice will be included under this. So, wheat family, or sometimes you can also mention it as a grass family. So let us see what type of characteristics of the plants which comes under this family. And here these are the special family where all the structures are modified. Till now we have discussed in the floral parts, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium is present. But in this case, all the structures are modified. So let us try to go with the introduction about it, then we write the floral formula. So these family plants belonging to the monocots, these are of the monocotyledonous plants. So this Poaceae family is considered as the second largest family of monocots. Then what is the first largest family? The first largest family is Orchidaceae. The first largest family is orchids or Orchidaceae family, and the second largest family in the monocots is the Poaceae family. Now where you can find these plants, they are widely distributed in the North India, and they are widely available in the temperate regions. Mostly you can find them in the winter season. So there they are distributed. And what is their habit? When it is coming to the habit, these are of the annual herbs. Some may be in the form of climbers, few are in the form of climbers, or some are woody plants. So the woody plants like bamboo comes under the Poaceae. These plants may be of the biennials or perennials. So we should know what is meant by biennial and perennials. Suppose if you just take a plant, if the plant's life cycle is occurring for every 2 years and lasting for the 2 years, perennials are like a long lasting. Suppose biennial, their life cycle is 2 years, means they are last longer only for the 2 years. So what is happening in these 2 years? In the first year of the plant growth, all the vegetative growth can be seen. So all the plant body parts will be developed. So vegetative growth can be observed in the first year. And coming to the second year, the fruiting can takes place. Fruiting, and they will die. So if the plant is completing their life cycle within the 2 years, those plants are called as a biennial plants. So biennials can be present in this Poaceae family. They may be of perennials. Perennials are the long lasting plants. They last longer, they will live for several years, which means they complete their life cycle more than 2 years. Biennials complete their life cycle in 2 years, perennials complete their life cycle more than 2 years, and they are not going to die after bearing the fruits. But whatever the parts of the plant which are falling down, they have the capability to renew. So they renew their plant parts for every season. Those plants are called as a perennials. Both the type of plants will be present under this Poaceae. So let us see what type of root system is present. As we discussed, these particular plants belonging to the monocots, obviously the monocots will be having either the fibrous root system or adventitious root system. As they are of the monocot, fibrous or adventitious type of root system can be seen. When it is coming to the stem characters, the stem of this, if you just observe the sugar cane or bamboo, the stem will be having the one disc type of region and the long elongated region. That disc region, we call it as a node. And this is a one node, this is another node. The space which is present between the node is called as internode. So the stem will be containing the nodes as well as the internodes, and from the nodal region all the leaves will be erased. So you can observe in the grass plants, or you can observe in the bamboo, sugarcane. So where all the leaves will be arise from the nodal region. Now the stem may be of the herbaceous stem is present, and it is of the erect or maybe prostrate. So let us see what is the difference between erect and prostrate. If this is a soil line and the root system will be growing into the soil, if the stem is growing straight into the air, so or if it is growing straight above the soil level, that type of stems are called as erect. Prostrate is nothing but the stem will be growing lying flat on the ground. Suppose this is a root system and the stem will be growing and the stem grows flat on the ground. These type of stems are called as a prostrate stems. So in this you can find the erect or the prostrate. So whatever this stem is there, you can find a hollow space or the hollow cavity, but you cannot find in the case of maize as well as a sugarcane. In the sugarcane it is completely containing the part which we actually eat. So it will have the hollow space inside of the stem except maize and sugarcane. You can find the hollow space in the case of bamboo. Now, whatever the stem is there, it looks cylindrical. It is herbaceous, erect, prostrate, hollow, cylindrical, will be containing the nodes as well as the internodes. And coming to the leaf of this Poaceae are very simple and they will be looking somewhat longer. The monocot leaves are quite longer here. So the leaves are simple. The arrangement of leaves on the stem will be showing alternately arranged, alternate phyllotaxy can be seen. Whatever the leaf blade is there, they are of the long linear leaf blades are present. And as it is a monocot, they will be showing the parallel venation and they will be forming the leaf sheath. A shetty leaf base is present and they are sessile leaves. So sessile means they don't contain any petiole or the stalk. Directly they will be arised from the stem. Those leaves are said to be sessile leaves. Except in the case of bambusa. Bamboo will be having the petiole, but remaining all the Poaceae members doesn't have the petiole. That's why we consider them as a sessile leaves. So we discussed the type of root system, stem characters, leaf characters, and the next one is inflorescence. So what type of inflorescence or how the flowers are arranged on the floral axis is called as a inflorescence. So they will be showing either the spike or spikelet or compound spikelet type of inflorescence can be seen. So we will be discussing uh, in this video how the inflorescence is arranged on the stem or on the floral axis. And the next one is seed. So as they are of the monocotyledons, the seed which is present in this of the endospermic seed. The seeds are of the endosperm. And the last one, the fruit. The fruit of this Poaceae is called as a caryopsis. The fruit of Poaceae is caryopsis. Sometimes, in very rare cases, we can call it as a berry or the nut, but most of the time the fruits of Poaceae we call it as the caryopsis. Sometimes you can call it as a grains also. So let us try to write the floral formula for it. So all these plants will be bearing the bracts. So they are of the bracteate. They will contain the bracteole. So they are bracteolate. And the flowers will be showing the zygomorphic symmetry or the bilateral symmetry. We are representing with the symbol. And these plants may be of the unisexual or bisexual. If it is unisexual, we represent with this and or this. So either the pistillate or staminate or the bisexual flowers can be seen. And here you cannot find any calyx and corolla. So no distinct calyx corolla is present. So it will be containing the perianth. So let us try to give the description. What these are containing the bracts, so it is of the bracteate, the small leaf-like structures at the stack of the pedicel. We call it as the bracts. The flowers will be containing the bracts, but there is a case, whatever the bracts are present, they are modified. So this Poaceae family will be containing modified bracts called as the glumes. They are modified into glumes, and they will also contain the bracteole. Even this bracteole is modified into the structure called as a palea. So it will be containing the modified bracts. It will be containing modified bracteoles. Modified bracts are called as a glumes. Modified bracteoles are called as a palea. And coming to the symmetry, these will be showing the zygomorphic symmetry. Zygomorphic or bilateral type of symmetry can be seen. So the flower will be dividing into the two equal halves if we are cutting only at a particular plane that should pass through the central axis. That type of symmetry we call it a zygomorphic or bilateral. And coming to the reproductive parts, either it may be of a unisexual or of the bisexual. So suppose if it is a bisexual, we represent with both the symbols. If it is unisexual, either only the male parts are present or female parts are present. If only male parts are present, we call it as a staminate. If only female parts are present, we call it as pistillate. So that's why we are mentioning any one of the cases possible. And as we said, calyx corolla are not so specific. That's why it is containing the perianth. So this perianth is also modified into the structures called as laudicules. 2 to 3 laudicules are present. So this is a special case. Till now we never explained or we never mentioned these type of modifications in the floral formula. But it will be containing the perianth, and that perianth is also modified. That modified perianth we call it as a laudicules. So 2 to 3 laudicules are present in this. So we never wrote these words in the floral formula, but we are writing for this Poaceae family. And coming to the next word, androecium. This androecium, either 3 is present, or in rare cases, mostly it is containing the 3 stamens, free stamens. In rare cases like the rice, 6 stamens are present. They are arranged in 2 whorls. They are arranged in 3 plus 3 arrangement. So total 3 stamens which are free in nature. In rare condition, it is very rare condition only seen in the rice. You can find the 6 stamens which are arranged in 2 whorls. Coming to the gynoecium, it is also showing the hypogynous unilocular superior ovary. So the gynoecium is of hypogynous superior ovary. And how many carpels are present? One carpel. So it is monocarpellary. Only single locule or single chamber is present. Unilocular with single ovule. But there is a speciality for this gynoecium. Whatever the style is there, the stigma style and ovary part, the style is bifid, or you can say it is 2 in number. The style of this Poaceae family is 2 in number. You can find a feathery style in this case. And the placentation they show is the basal type of placentation. So let us try to go how these are actually modified, and lot of terms has to be added. First, we'll go with a main long axis. Once you understand this part, then it will be easy for us to draw the floral diagram. So this long elongated structure or this axis-like structure, we call it as rachila. So this is a axis, we call it as rachila. And on this, whatever the bracts are there, that bracts will be modified and they will be showing this pointed type of structures on this rachila. So this green color structures are the bracts, and how the bracts are there, they are in a modified state. This modified bracts are called as glumes. There is a other name for this. The glooms are also called as lemma. So the modified bracts are present. So if you say whatever which is present at the lower side, this is of the first gloom, and here this is second gloom, and the next one is a third gloom. So in the same way, how many bracts are there? They will be modified into this sharp structures. We call it as a glooms. So the main axis is rachila, and the modified bracts which are pointed structures on the rachila, we call it as the glooms or lemma. And let us try to draw the axis for the inflorescence. Suppose here I am just drawing the two axes. So this is axis for inflorescence. All the floral parts will be raised on it. So first we'll see what is the outermost layer. We can see here is of the bracteoles. Actually we are not mentioning the bracts here which are already present on the rachila. On the floral axis the bracteoles are present. So here we are just drawing this type of structures. So total two bracteoles are present. One is at the lower side, other one is at the upper side. So whatever these black color structures we are seeing here, those are the modified bracteoles. So what do we call the modified bracteoles? We call it them as palea. Modified bracteoles are present. We call them as a palea. So this palea, they are two in number. The one which is present at the lower side is called as a inferior palea. So these two structures are called as inferior modified bracteoles or inferior palea. And the one which is present above this, these are called as superior palea. So total two modified bracteoles are present. One is inferior, other one is a superior. And this palea will be containing a stiff needle like hair structure is present. So if you are just seeing here at the end of this palea, so let me try to draw it. So this is a palea. Two are present. One is of the inferior, other one is of the superior. At the end of this palea, it will have a sharp needle-like structure, or it is a stiff hair-like structure arises from palea. It is arising from palea, that is called as awn. AWN. So what is a awn? It is a extension from the palea. It is a stiff hair-like structure which is arising from palea is called as the awn. So the main axis is rachila. It is containing the modified bracts called as a glooms or lemma, and on the axis of inflorescence we have the modified bracteoles. Those are called as palea. Palea are two in number. Inferior palea and superior palea, these are modified bracteoles. This will be forming a stiff hair-like structure called as the awn. So coming to the next word. So we discussed about the bracts, we discussed bracteole. Next we go with the whole, that is perianth. So what we mentioned, perianth is actually modified into the structures called as lodicules. So these are the structures, modified tepals or modified perianth, either two or three in number, we call it as lodicules. So next to the inner to this bracteoles or inner to this palea, we have lodicules. So even on this axis also we'll be drawing it either two or three. And next to this lodicules, we have the andrecium. So how many are present? Total three stamens are present which are free in condition. So it will be containing the stamens. So usually these stamens will be containing the anthers. These are so special, we call it as a versatile anthers or the hanging anthers. So here 1, 2 and 3. So total the andrecium will be containing the three stamens. So let us see what is the speciality of these stamens. These stamens will be containing the versatile anthers. Versatile anthers are nothing but the anthers which are arranged in a T-shaped. So the T-shaped anthers are present. It will contain the well-exposed pollen and the whole anther is attached near to its middle. And these anthers are called as hanging anthers, dangling anthers. These are called as hanging or dangling or swinging anthers. So they will be either hang or dangle, or they will be swinging, so that it is helpful for the releasing of the pollen through the air very easily. So that type of anthers are present. And coming to the next wall, these structures will be having a innermost one as the gynoecium. So let us see how the gynoecium is placed. So it will be containing the part. So this is a gynoecium, and let us say this is ovary. Will be showing the basal placentation, and this ovary will be having the feathery bifid stigma. So this style and these are the structures which are erased in this way. So you can draw small feather-like structures over this, and you can find the two stigma and two style here. So the gynoecium is special. It will be containing the stigma which is split into two, that is bifid stigma. Whatever the style is there is of the feathery style in some of the cases. And it will contain only the single ovule showing the basal type of placentation. So let us try to draw on the another floral axis. The lower or of the modified bracteoles, that is a palea, will be having the extensions called as a on, and it will be containing the modified perianth, that is the lodicules, and it will contain three or the six stamens, and all these stamens are free, showing the versatile anthers. So versatile anthers are hanging or dangling anthers. And as the innermost wall, it will have the ovary showing the basal placentation, and here the stigma is bifid showing the feathery style in some of the cases. So this is how the complete modification will be there in this in the Poaceae family. So let us try to draw the floral diagram for it. So the first part is rachula, that we need to mark it out, and on this bracts are present which are modified into the glooms or lemma. Then bracteoles are present modified into the palea, and the next ole perianth or the tepals modified into lodicules, then the stamens, then ovary. So all these are arranged in this way. Let us try to draw how the floral diagram looks. So whatever the outermost one will be containing the modified bracteole. So we are not mentioning the bracts because the bracts are not present on the axis of the inflorescence. It is not there on the floral axis. So we are not drawing in the floral diagram. We will start with the modified bracteole. So what are the modified bracteoles here? We call it as the palea. So total two palea are there. One is of the inferior palea, other one is of the superior palea. So here, if you are just drawing only two structures, inferior as well as a superior. So one will be present in this way, other will be at the down. So this part and the other, and both are not joined or united, they are just facing each other. So we are not mentioning whatever the type of festivation which they will be showing. So just two structures are present. So what do we call it as? The upper one is of the superior palea. And what is meant by palea? The modified bracteole. So I am using the same color for the floral diagram, whatever I mentioned on the floral axis. So it will be easy to understand. This is superior palea. This is inferior palea. And what is the next wall? Lodicules are present. So here we use the red color. I am using the same. So to either two or three lodicules are present next to it. So here this is the one lodicule. This is another lodicule. So what is this lodicules? Those are modified perianth. This red color structures are modified tepals, or the perianth is modified into lodicules. The lodicules may be of 2 or 3 in number. And what is the inner next wall? It will be containing the stamens. So what type of stamens are present? Dithecous, versatile, or the hanging anthers are present. So these are of the long stamens which I am mentioning here. Inner to this lodicules, these are long stamens, and this also will be having the bifid anthers, and they will be dispersing easily through the wind. All the pollen can be dispersed through the wind because they are dangling or hanging anthers, or they will be showing the versatile nature. They are versatile anthers. So either three are present. So that's why we are mentioning it as a A3. In the normal case, they are free condition. But in rice, we can find the 3 plus 3 in condition. 3 are arranged in one wall, another 3 are arranged in another wall. So when it is coming here, the innermost wall is for the ovary. So let us see how the ovary is present. It will have the structure, the outer layer of this ovary wall. So this is the outer layer. Let me write it here. So this is outer layer of ovary wall. And here it will be showing a one chamber with a single ovule, and that is showing the basal placentation. So here will be containing a single ovule in the ovary, and that is of with attached at the base. So the placentation is of the basal placentation. You can find only the one chamber here. And as we said, this will be showing the hairy type or the feathery type of stigmas are present. So in some cases, you will be showing these feathery type of stigmas even in the floral diagram. So these are the two hairy structures, or it is showing the bifid nature of the stigma or the feathery nature of the stigma. And there is a speciality in this case. Whatever this outer ovary wall layer is there, that is actually fused with the seed coat. So here the red color structure which I am drawing is of the seed coat. So what is how the fruit is formed in this case? The fruit is actually formed. We are calling it as a caryopsis, right? So caryopsis is nothing but the seed coat is completely fused with the outer layer of ovary wall. Then it is forming a structure called as a caryopsis or the grains. So you cannot find a proper gap which is present between the ovary wall and the seed coat. They both are completely fused and they are forming the fruit called as the caryopsis. So this is how the floral diagram looks. So let us see what are the important examples, what are the important members will be coming under this Poaceae family. So let us go with the economic importance. So you can try to understand what is rachila, how the bracts are modified, bracteoles are modified, perianth is also modified, stamens, ovaries of the special nature in this case, which is completely fused with the seed coat forming the caryopsis. Coming to economic importance, this will be having cereals. All the type of cereals will be coming under this Poaceae family. So let us go with rice, jowar, wheat, maize. All are belonging to the Poaceae family. So the scientific name of rice is Oryza sativa. The scientific name of jowar is Sorghum vulgare. Sorghum vulgare is the scientific name of jowar. And the wheat is Triticum. Triticum aestivum is a scientific name of wheat. Coming to the maize, the scientific name is Gia maize. So all these are the cereals comes under this. And coming to the sugar cane, the sugar cane we can extract the sugar. The scientific name of sugar cane is Secarum officinarum. So from this we can extract the sugar that is belonging to the same Poaceae family. And even this family will be containing the ornamental plants, that is doob or Cynodon dactylon. So Cynodon dactylon is the ornamental plant. So all these are the plants will be here we'll be mentioning. So these are of the ornamental plants, the one which comes under the Poaceae family. So this is quite easy if we are just trying to focus how they are actually modified, into which they are modified. So economic importance and all the characteristic of this morphological characters were also mentioned in this video.